Kena Bridge of Spirits had me excited from the moment I first saw it in the PlayStation Showcase last year. The graphics looked amazing, the music sounded amazing, and even more important, we had a woman of color at the center of it all. And thanks to our friends at Epic Games, I was giving early access. So, I'm here to answer the question. Did it live up to the hype in my head? And was it accessible? And I'm happy to say I'm excited to tell you guys all about it. Let's get into it. What's up, Dynamites? It's Kennedy from Dynamic Reactions, and welcome to the level where I review some of the greatest games and my favorite games and talk about their accessibility for disabled players. We got early access from Epic Games to Kena Bridge of Spirits. I have been so excited about this game from the moment that I saw its first trailer, and I will be honest, the fact that it was a puzzle adventure game gave me some reservations, made me a little bit nervous, but since I've had this game, it's been nothing but wonderful, and I'm excited to share some things with y'all. First impressions for my able-bodied people in the audience: this game is adorable. Okay, this game is so cute. The rot alone, I spent like 20 minutes taking pictures with my little rot babies once we got to that point in the game. It's beautiful. The music is great. The story is great. I really enjoyed like the Asian cultural references that they had in the game, in the bits that I have gotten to and played. I played a few hours of it, and it is addicting. It is beautiful. I highly recommend, even if you aren't a puzzle girl, because personally me, I'm not a puzzle type person. It's not my favorite thing to do in games, but the puzzles aren't overwhelming. They're very easy. They're very simple. The rot like to help you out with them, so don't let that intimidate you if you really love adventure games and fantasy and really diving into different cultures, because this game is great, generally and genuinely great. Highly recommend it if you are into the genre, and even if you aren't, hey, it's 2021. Try something new. You might love it. Okay, let's get into the accessibility. All right. Now, I have a lot of good things to say about the accessibility of this game, which is a nice change of pace considering my first accessibility review ever was Deathloop, and the accessibility of that is less than pleasant. I'll be honest, because this is Amber Lab's first like game for themselves, my expectations for accessibility were like on the floor, which made my hype for the game itself, when they finally delivered, on way more than I thought they would, through the roof, so to speak. So, generally, let's do the positives first. They have multiple difficulty modes. You can do story mode, which I've been on that since I've had a copy of the game. Combat is fairly easy on that side. I haven't bumped it up to normal, but I will. They have follow for when Kena walks. They have follow camera for her. They also have follow camera for combat and attack camera assist, which I love. There's button remapping, which I love, for each and every individual action. It's very detailed. Target lock. Those are the magical words for me when it comes to anything, whether it's bows, whether it's combat, because I like to button mash, okay? As a small motor delayed person, I like to button mash and get my combat going and do this, that, and third. My brain does not think about using the stick to turn the camera. If an enemy moves, I can usually get over there, but it takes a minute. You know, sometimes we miss a couple hits. Looks a little goofy, but it's all right. Target lock helps with that tremendously. And the combat in this game is not only beautiful, but so much fun. It is absolutely ridiculous. The rod can also help you in fights. They are your little co-op buddies. They're super easy to manipulate. There's also a really good subtitle size for me. I have about like I think my monitor sitting up here is like 27 inches. It was a very good size. There aren't any varying subtitle sizes, however, but it was a very big size font. And I even tested it down here on my Mac laptop monitor, and it was still shining through in the footage. If I can put it in the review, I will, but if not, because of review restrictions, you guys won't see it. Okay, let's get to the negatives, which for me, there were very few, okay? There's no visual or audio direction indicators in the game during combat or otherwise. I feel like this was a big miss on Amber Lab's part because the sound design in this game is so all-encompassing and so beautiful. I feel like they really missed an opportunity to put in direction indicators for puzzles and things like that. And also just generally walking around the map, because sometimes you can get lost. There are no waypoints in the game. Because the sound design is so pretty, I think they just really missed an opportunity to have like a really cute, and I will continually talk about this because The Last of Us Part 2 is one of my favorite games of all time. I feel like they completely missed an opportunity to have something similar to the direction system in Last of Us 2, where you could press I think it was the L3 button, and there's a little beep that happens in your headphones or on whatever audio that you're using, and there's an arrow that shows you which way to go. I feel like they missed not only an accessibility opportunity, but an aesthetic opportunity in adding that, because the sound design in this game is very much, Tibetan singing bowls and very much echoey instruments that would have been great for the accessibility for the blind and for the deaf. And I feel like we missed out on that a ton. I personally, and I am not just saying this because I love the haptic feedback on the PlayStation 5 DualSense, I personally would have loved it if there was a little bit more haptic feedback. There's some little stuff when the rot interacts with things, like very, very subtle. I feel like they weren't using the PlayStation controllers to their full haptic feedback ability. This game is available on PS5, PS4, PC, and even the DualShock controllers for the PS4 have enough haptic feedback to where you can give some good indication for blind and deaf players as to what's going on. I feel like they didn't use that to the fullest of their ability. The good thing about all these negative notes is that these are things that they could possibly add on in a patch later. This game, for what it is genuinely like a joy. Guys, I genuinely got so hyped. I was like, oh my god, we can play this. There's actual accessibility in the game. Like, my hands didn't get tired. I was having a super fun, super laid back time, cherishing this beautiful game. I cannot wait to play it on stream. Now, overall, for like general accessibility, can you play this if you're deaf or blind right now? I would say no. There isn't enough like visual indication going on, I think, in terms of for deaf players to be playing this. To be playing this completely blind would be absolutely like you wouldn't be able to know where you are. So it's not playable for fully blind players in that sense. But for deaf players, because I'm not a deaf person again, everybody has their own way and their own adaptability to how disabled people adapt to situations. We all have that. We all do that. Is it deaf playable to me? Because there are no visual indicators except for the rot, and even then you have to like look for them. No, it's not. But if you are a deaf person and you want to try and play this, because there's a certain way that you can adapt, please try it out for yourself. Let me know in the comments. I will pin it. I will make sure that everybody knows, because I know that we are all different. Disabled people are not a monolith. But yeah, overall, for me, this game is gorgeous. I absolutely loved it. I absolutely enjoyed it. I can't wait to share it with my community. As far as visual stuff goes, there is no colorblind mode. There was a night mode, which changed like volumes of sounds and things, but I didn't really understand how it was supposed to be used in game, and they didn't really like describe in depth what that was for. So in that sense, that's really the only thing that they had in terms of like visual to make things a little bit different. But yes, overall, I feel like this is a moderately accessible game. I really am enjoying it, and I can't wait to bring it to my community on stream Wednesday. So I definitely recommend, if you're able-bodied, even if you have some small motor issues, like they don't put that much pressure on using the left stick over the right stick. You can kind of use a combination or both, or just one. Like, pick up the game, try and have some fun with it. I would highly recommend that. The changes that they need to make, in my opinion, can be added on later. Again, I don't know that much about game development. Maybe some of this isn't able to be added on later, but as far as like subtitle sizes and adding waypoint systems and all of this, I feel like that can be worked on. And I really loved to see this after Deathloop, because Deathloop was like a disappointment to the fullest, and this was like a light in my life. I was like, please don't be bad. I want to love you, please. And it lived up to my expectations, so I'm very happy. Thank you guys for hanging out, for listening to this review. Tell me what you think about the game. It's out today. Go pick it up. Tell me what your experiences are. If you're a fellow disabled human and you have some notes, leave them in the comments. I'll make a pinned comment for you guys to dump stuff under so that everybody can compare notes. But yes, I am so excited for everybody else to get their hands on this game. And thank you again to Epic Games for providing me with a code. You guys are wonderful and amazing. And to Amber Labs, great job for a first game, for you guys stepping out on your own. You guys did a really amazing job. So thank y'all for watching. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Leave me your thoughts about the game. More videos like this will be coming. just sit tight, and yeah, don't forget to be awesome. I will see you guys on the next one. Peace out.